Site Upsilon isn't where it all went wrong for humanity. That honor belongs to the comet Telos. Nor is it where the machines of Pathos 2 began to develop sentience. That honor belongs to Site Alpha, where the core of the Warden unit, the WoW, is housed. Upsilon is, however, the start of Simon Jarrett's journey, and in turn, the start of ours as well. As such, I feel it only appropriate to begin this series here. This is SOMA. Site Upsilon was Pathos 2's geothermal plant, natural gas refinery, and universal helper production factory. It was here that heat from the Earth's core was converted into electricity, and where raw natural gases were cleaned to produce dry natural gas. These resources were used to power all of Pathos 2, which is why it was essential for site members Amy Azzaro and Carl Semkin to execute the station's automation process after Upsilon was evacuated. But why was the evacuation necessary? What scared the staff so much that it convinced them to abandon Upsilon, the station which is arguably the linchpin to their survivability? Well, extinction happened. Following the comet impact event, the WoW began its warped mission to preserve human life by blurring the line between man and machine. All across Pathos 2, things were changing. The WoW began to manifest itself in the form of a cancerous inorganic growth, while a viscous black substance called structure gel would leak from cracks in pipes, ceilings, and walls. To make matters worse, some of the universal helpers, machines used by the staff to complete tasks, had grown hostile. And so, the 8 members of Site Upsilon, Jane Addams, Amy Azzaro, Gavin Finley, Vigdis Jonesditter, Louise Muerin, Baxter Rogers, Carl Semkind, and Ashish Shankar were all forced to evacuate to Site Theta. However, Pathos 2 was dependent on power provided by Upsilon. As such, Jane Addams, the station's chief factor, tasked Amy Azzaro and Carl Semkin with executing the site's automation process and with sealing off the station's factories to prevent the machines from disrupting operations. Their time at Upsilon was brief, a mere 7 days. Data mining the communicator outside the break room reveals that Amy and Carl's efforts were successful.
It's working better than expected. They're having a really hard time getting the doors open.
I'll permaseal as many as you can, rather not take any chances.
Roger. Did you cut off the factory floor?
All done? Should keep most of them out. I'm on my way to lock out the comm center.
Just make sure to leave a way out of here.
Trust me, I'll get you to Theta safe and sound. We just need to make sure we're leaving our power running so we don't have to return.
I hear that. See you back at camp.
Using pneumatic seals, they managed to permanently lock down a number of key locations, including the tech depot and the machine hangar. In between their duties, Amy found time to reflect, welling up with feelings of regret and sentimentality towards Upsilon. Data mining the communicator found in the glass corridor reveals that she'd like to, as Carl puts it, go zen on the fishes. What this means isn't really explained. However, judging by the sketches found on the table opposite the communicator, it's likely referring to Amy's fondness for sketching the aquatic life, and that she probably considered the act therapeutic. The drawings reveal that she was a capable artist with a keen eye for detail. Most of her drawings show the WoW's effects on the marine life, revealing a level of mutation Simon and we won't see until reaching Site Tau. One of the drawings even shows the MS Curie proxy, which brings its own set of timeline implications and questions, but we'll have to address that in another video. Imagine Amy here, sketching away in silence and solitude, 99 meters beneath the surface in a glass box. Imagine her mindset, sitting in what is, for all intents and purposes, an alien world filled with alien creatures that are very much monsters. Monsters made all the more monstrous by the WoW's misguided machinations. From that perspective, it's easy to see how one could break. Yet, Amy is resilient. Judging by her more lighthearted sketches, it's safe to presume that she maintained some degree of composure. But how? What strengthened her resolve so? Was it hope? Her work? Her colleagues? Her friendship to her pathos buddy Carl? Or was it something more? A memory of a love left behind on the now scorched earth. Whatever it was a bulwark, offering precious respite. And sadly, it would not last. On May 4th, 2103, Carl contacts Peter Strasky, a dispatcher stationed at Site Theta. He informs him that he and Amy successfully locked down Upsilon, and that his final duty before heading to Theta is to seal the comm center. He portends his demise by saying this.
Hello? Peter, was it?
Yes, I'm here. What's up?
We're getting out. I just want to tell you that I'm going to seal the comm center now, so this is definitely the last you'll hear from us. If we don't show up in the next couple of hours, send in the cavalry.
Hang on. What's happening? It's still the same plan, right?
Yeah. We'll head for the shuttle and ride it directly to Theta.
Okay, good. I'll rally the troops for a welcome party.
Carl is killed by a universal helper shortly afterwards, which then pursues Amy into the nearby workshop. In turn, she retaliates by electrocuting the machine with a power cable. Amy then leaves Upsilon for good, but not before leaving a note for any who may re-enter in her wake. Frantic and desperate to arrive at Theta, Amy trudges through the murky depths. She heads towards the shuttle site where she intends to board the tram and regroup with her colleagues at Site Theta. Except, things don't go according to plan. When Amy arrives, she finds the shuttle station without power and ventures into the darkness, hoping to find a way to reactivate the shuttle. What happens next isn't explicitly stated. All we know is that Amy was involved in some type of accident, which results with the WoW attempting to sustain her life. A little over a year later, Simon Jarrett awakens inside Upsilon. He makes his way through the station, past the tech depot, through the vents and towards Control Station B, where he meets a damaged Mockingbird, simulating Carl Semkin's personality. Unaware of his inorganic nature, he asks Simon for assistance, explaining that he must have hurt himself while in the pilot seat. Simon agrees to help, but ultimately ends up killing Carl in his attempt to access the comm room. After leaving Upsilon, Simon makes his way towards the shuttle station, where he finds the place in the same condition Amy did just 1 year ago. He makes his way down the dilapidated ruins of the shuttle track in search of a way to restore power to the station. His efforts are not in vain. Simon finds a service terminal. He also finds Amy, hooked up to a life support system connected to the very terminal he needs to restore power to the station.
Hey, are you...
Don't hurt me!
Can I help?
It won't let me die. Nothing is allowed to die.
What happened?
An accident. Fixing the power. I was going to Theta.
Anything I can do?
If you see Masters or Holland, tell them I need help. Okay? Amy needs help.
Tired, desperate, and weak, Amy's fate is in the hands of the player. Should you decide to unplug her entirely, Amy will die, but is freed from the torment of a vegetative life. Should you elect to remove only one of the cables attached to the terminal, she lives, but the look of anguish on her face would indicate that she's in severe pain. So what is the right choice? Is there even a right choice to make? On one hand, Amy does say that she doesn't want to die. On the other hand, Amy says that nothing is allowed to die in a way that sounds almost like a lamentation, as if she craves the rest death would bring. Either way, Amy cannot be saved. Heading back to the shuttle station, Simon finds a PDA in a nearby cargo tram. On it is a message to Amy from an unnamed man who was once, obviously, very important to her.
I guess it's a good thing we never had any kids. Hard enough looking my parents in the eyes. They're going to a bomb shelter upstate, by the way, along with your dad. I'm guessing someone will help him send you a message somehow. I mean, I hope they will. Hell, I'm not even sure you'll get this message. If you do, I want you to know I never blamed you for following your dreams. It just I was just mad it didn't fit better with what I imagined our lives would be. I really wanted the picket fence, big family, you know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm proud of you. And even though it's been difficult to be separated from you, I regret nothing. I'm happy. And I really wish I was able to say this without the sky falling down. I love you, Amy. I always have, and always will.
Simon restores power to the shuttle and departs to Lambda, moving headlong towards horrors even greater. Horrors that, in a bittersweet way, Amy and Carl will never have to face.